My name's Emily Fall, and I've been a volunteer with CHOA for the past 2 semesters, so this is my second semester. The first semester, I was working in patient access, which is like we would just help with the logistics of checking people in, and I did a lot of like paperwork. But then this semester, I've been a lot more involved with the kids because I've been volunteering in their school department. So what my basic responsibilities are is to assist the children with homework. A lot of times it requires going up to their rooms because they aren't able to come down to the schoolroom that is in children's. So I'll go up there, I'll take calculators or textbooks or anything that they might need, whiteboards, and I'll go up to the room and just assist them with any homework or studying that they need to do. Sometimes we play games with the kids, so it just really depends on what each child needs. So as far as technology, mostly what technology we use to interact with the kids is Chromebooks and other laptops, which is absolutely essential for what we do because a lot of the kids get their schoolwork from, like, their teachers will send it to them online, and so without access to these computers, they wouldn't be able to do a lot of their work. So I think that the children definitely benefit a lot from having these computers because, like I said before, otherwise there would be no way that they could do their homework or take their tests or quizzes, and they would just fall way behind in all of their classes and most likely would have to drop out of school for however long they're in the hospital otherwise. And it's also how they connect with the outside world because a lot of the kids are confined to the hospital for, a week to a month or more. So the devices that the children use definitely allows them to interact with each other, mostly through, a lot of them have cell phones because that's the only way that they can contact their friends. And, a lot of them have compromised immune systems, so they aren't allowed to have many visitors, and so using a cell phone or a laptop is the only way that they're able to communicate with each other and their friends. So a lot of kids miss out on classroom experience, but we do have a schoolroom in children's, and it's set up to look just like a classroom. So there's a bookshelf filled with every textbook you could ever need, calculators, there's a bunch of games, computers, laptops, whiteboards. There are, desks with chairs, the big whiteboards that roll so we can bring those to kids who maybe can't move. And so we kind of play teacher. We look at what the kids' teachers have sent, look at what work they need to do, and kind of formulate a mini lesson plan. A lot of times the teachers will help, the teachers at Children's will help us with that, help us come up with ways to teach the information, and we also help tutor them. So if they're having problems with a certain class, we will try to teach them what we know and help them study and prepare materials for studying. So we try to make it seem as normal as possible, as normal of a classroom experience as possible. And then I'm gonna skip question 6. So, a medical technological advancement I would like to see in the next decade would be, well, related to the school program, definitely a way that they could still be in their classrooms virtually. And I mean, now that coronavirus has, it's really pushed the limits of our technology as far as education goes. And it would be great to see some of the principles that we're seeing now applied in the hospital setting. So either, middle school and high school teachers recording their lecture, or maybe even doing some live if possible, just so that they can still get that full classroom experience and not feel so alone, because a lot of times they'll be doing schoolwork by themselves in their room. So my experience was definitely helpful actually when I was studying for the MCAT, because some of the kids that I tutored were in high school and they were doing, freshman chemistry, general chemistry, and physics and biology, and all these topics that are on the MCAT. And it's definitely made me, definitely reassured me that I want to work in the medical field and be around kids. And I would love to work at CHOA, just because of how caring they are. And I just feel like everyone who works at Children's just has such a big impact on these children's lives. And then with the recent progression of coronavirus, so luckily my position still allows me to volunteer even while this is all happening. So, for example, we've been recording videos of us working through examples or working through a lesson plan and putting them on YouTube, and then sharing that with the teachers at Children's, and so they can give those to the students. So I'm really lucky that I'm still able to volunteer even though this is all happening.